fun mug with me that says, "This is my Christmas movie watching mug," because today we are going to talk about some Christmas romance drama. Also, I have a fun and festive holiday sweater on, and I'm dressed like I'm ready to go to a small town and have you all fall in love with me. Who's ready to fall in love with me in a small town this holiday season? Well, you know who definitely isn't ready to? Candace Cameron, former star of the TV show Full House, where she played DJ, and then the Netflix spin-off Fuller House, because I am not straight, and she would definitely not be falling in love with me because she has decided that only straight people are allowed to fall in love at Christmas time. Today, we are going to delve into the controversy surrounding Candace Cameron and her remarks about how she has left the Hallmark channel in order to make movies with more traditional marriage and traditional Christian values.
We're on a mission from God.
Because that's what Jesus teaches us, that we should exclude people at Christmas time, right? Isn't that what Jesus would do? I don't know. There's only one way to find out. I know what Jesus would do for sure, and that's that he would get you some nuts.
Get you some nuts.
There was lots of memes.
Makes me wonder if I should take up lesbianism.
Chicago. You guys asked for it.
What's up, my fellow small business supporters? I'm Savvy, and welcome back to Savvy Writes Books, the channel where we talk about books and business. But today I wanted to talk about Christmas romances. Around this time of year, I love some holiday romance. I love the storytelling of it. I've considered writing some of my own Christmas romances in the past. I love goofy Christmas movies.
It's just nice to meet another human who shares my affinity for elf culture.
I will say I'm a sucker for those like cheesy Netflix Christmas romances and things like that. And about 2 years ago at this same time, I made this video called Ben Shapiro and Classically Abby Are the Grinch of Gay Christmas Romance, where we talked about Ben Shapiro and his reaction to the movie Happiest Season that came out 2 years ago starring Kristen Stewart, which was a lesbian Christmas romance movie. I quite enjoyed it. I understand that there were some plot and characterization issues that kept everyone from loving it as much as I did, but Kristen Stewart's hot and I'm a simp and that's all I need. I am a simple woman, you guys. I see hot girls and I'm like, I'm there. That's all I need, y'all. Anyway, I did a review of that movie briefly and talked about Ben Shapiro's reaction to it, which was him basically saying that he hated how nowadays Hollywood and the woke mob and the liberal media only wanted to make movies about lesbians. They no longer wanted to let the straight white men like him just have their movies anymore. And I'm over here like, where? The overwhelming majority of Christmas movies are still about straight people, even the new ones that are coming out.
You'll pay for your crimes against humanity.
So I was just like, I do not get it. Although I will say, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the new Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie, Falling for Christmas, Lindsay Lohan's original boyfriend is definitely bi in that, Tad. Tad is definitely not straight, he's definitely bi. It's revealed at the end. I'm not making that up. Like, I know sometimes people think I just project bisexuality onto everyone, but maybe it's just that you're all realizing you're bisexual when you look at me. Have you considered that? Anyway, watch the new Lindsay Lohan movie, but all of that is beside the point because I was meaning to remind you guys to subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the little subscription button, ring the little notification bell, give it a like or a dislike or whatever you want. I'm gonna drink some coffee out of this Christmas mug while I wait for you to do all those things. Hold on. All right. Let's continue on with today's topic. So I covered this on my second channel, Your Morning Guru, this past Friday, but what happened is that former Full House star Candace Cameron, who played DJ on Full House, she has gotten into some controversy regarding her departure from the Hallmark movie channel, where she starred in multiple Christmas romances, and decision to move to a more Christian network instead, citing one of the reasons as wanting to focus on traditional marriage.
You get wise. You get the church.
She then did a Instagram quote graphic borderline notes app apology type of thing where she just talked about how much she loves Jesus. We're going to take a look at all of it today. In case you don't know, Candace Cameron is the younger sister of Kirk Cameron, who was one of the kids in the 80s TV sitcom Growing Pains. The siblings both grew up as sitcom child stars that then grew into adult Christian influencers, as it tends to go. And if y'all know anything about me, you know that I have nothing but sympathy for child stars. I don't think it's right to force kids into Hollywood, into the spotlight, into the media before they're fully old enough to understand and consent to what's going on. We did a big review of Jeanette McCurdy's memoir to see how bad things can go when that happens wrong. We've talked time and time again about how it's wrong for influencer parents to put their kids in the spotlight, and I definitely think that the child acting industry has a lot of flaws. So from that perspective, I do have a lot of sympathy for Candace Cameron and Kirk Cameron for having been put in that position where they really had no choice but to be in the spotlight. I don't think that was fair to them. However, now that they are adults, I do think it is fair to judge the actions of what they're doing now and the things that they're saying now, which a lot of it is the whole put the Christ back in Christmas campaign type of stuff. And I just want to be clear, because sometimes on this channel I joke about religion, I roast religion a little bit. I don't have anything against religion. My view on religion is that if you are a religious person, whether you are Christian, Jewish, Muslim, pagan, whatever religion you are, if you are practicing your religion and being a good and kind person to other people and not judging other people for having different views than you, I think that's wonderful. I think religion can be a very positive force in a lot of people's lives. It can be very good for building community, for helping people with their mental health, for a lot of things like that. And I think it can be a very positive force when used positively. However, I become critical of religion when people use religion as an excuse, as a way to exclude other people, or to be prejudiced against other people, or to discriminate against other people because they are so confident that their own religion is the one true one that is correct and that everyone else's beliefs must be wrong. That's when I start to get an issue with it. And I do have an issue with the ways that a lot of religions, and in particular Protestant Christianity, in particular evangelical Christianity, though many other religions have this fault as well, but I do have kind of an issue with the way a lot of those religions demonize the LGBTQ community, which is a demographic that I'm part of.
We're all homos. Homo sapiens.
I have an issue with the way that a lot of those religions tend to foster a lot of politicians that want to tell people that they have to live their lives the way that they want to live their lives. They try to infringe on other people's personal freedoms, and that's where I really start to have an issue with it. So I do like to make fun of religion. I hope that doesn't offend you. Don't be a little snowflake baby. We tell edgy jokes on this channel. Get the fuck over it. So anyway, Kirk Cameron has been very into this whole campaign of putting the Christ back in Christmas. He made this awful movie a couple years back called Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas, which if you're a fan of shitty B movies, especially ones that are unintentionally funny, I do recommend Saving Christmas because it is just so incompetent in every possible way.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Definitely give it a watch. His younger sister, Candace Cameron, former star of Full House and Fuller House, is also Christian, but for the most part we hadn't seen a lot of her talking too much about that. And to be fair, I think it is totally fine to talk about your religion, to talk about your faith, to talk about your beliefs, especially if those are a big part of your life. We'd seen her talking about that in terms of that being a part of who she is, but we hadn't really seen her going to the extent that her older brother Kirk had been going to, which was to say that if you are not celebrating Christmas in the most Christian way possible, which is my specific brand of Christianity that I say is the only one that is right, then you are not celebrating Christmas correctly. We hadn't seen her go quite down as extreme of a path as we have recently. So let's take a look at all the stuff that happened as she left the Hallmark channel and instead decided to join this more Christian network where they said no gays allowed. So here is an article from the site Variety that talks a little bit about the situation that happened. I will say I love this dress. That is a very fun dress for the holiday season. I would 100% wear that. While Hallmark Channel is leaning into more inclusive storylines, Candace Cameron, I'm not sure how to say her husband's last name. Is it Bure?
Come on, Murray.
Bure? I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Candace and Great American Family are seemingly doing the opposite. In a new interview with the Wall Street Journal, Candace, who exited Hallmark to join former CEO Bill Abbott at the new company earlier this year, opened up about her new role as Chief Creative Officer. And this is what she said about that. "My heart wants to tell stories that have more meaning and purpose and depth behind them," she said about making the change. "I knew that the people behind Great American Family were Christians and loved the Lord and wanted to promote faith programming and good family entertainment. I don't think there's anything wrong with providing programming that has a certain religious message to it. For example, VeggieTales. VeggieTales is probably like the only good Christian programming I've ever seen. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with that inherently if you're doing it in a way that is something that those people will enjoy. You know your target audience. That's the free market at work, baby. We can make it happen, right? I do think it's a little arrogant to be like, my heart wants to tell stories that have more meaning and purpose and depth behind them. Like, girl, we're talking about Christmas romances here, okay? Christmas romances are all the same exact story. It's like somebody leaves the big city and goes to a small town, and they have their super wealthy current partner, and their super wealthy work-driven current partner only wants the two of them to make money together, and then they move to the small town to do something like save their dad's restaurant or something like that. And while they're at the small town, they meet a small town person who's struggling, and then the two of them together have to support small business, despite the fact that none of these movies are ever put out by like small businesses or independent movie studios or anything like that. But anyway, at the end of it, two conventionally attractive people fall in love and kiss under the mistletoe, and then snow falls and we hear some pop Christmas music by Ariana Grande in the background. That's what happens in like every single Christmas movie, okay? So to act like there's some like big depth and purpose, and I'm guessing when she's saying the depth and meaning behind them, she's talking about maybe a more religious meaning, like having movies that have a Christian slant to Christmas, that Christmas isn't just about falling in love, it's also about celebrating Jesus or something like that. But I don't know, when it comes to TV Christmas movies, I'm not there to get purpose and depth and meaning and, you know, an examination of the human condition. I just want to listen to some Christmas tunes and watch hot girls drink eggnog, okay? That's all I'm here for. Not only is she able to star in her choice of films, but she's also producing religious titles under the Candace Bure Presents banner. Still, the move has come with a great deal of controversy, with her telling the Wall Street Journal that Hallmark is basically a completely different network when I started because of the change of leadership. The network in turn commented, "We want all viewers to see themselves in our programming and everyone is welcome." While Hallmark is doing a strong push for more LGBTQ+ storylines, their first original holiday movie focused on a same-sex couple debuts next month. That won't be happening at Great American Family, Bure said. Okay, so here's the issue we're seeing here, right? This is just like what I talked about 2 years ago with Ben Shapiro, when he said, you know what, I do believe in the free market and Hulu is a private company and they're allowed to make lesbian Christmas movies if they want to. I just really hate when all we start to see are these movies that are pushing this woke agenda that I hate. And I'm like, Ben, one lesbian Christmas movie has come out.
Lesbian?
There were still dozens of a male-female coupling Christmas movies that came out. Second of all, I don't even think Ben celebrates Christmas. But beyond any of that, what Candace is saying here reminds me of that, because it's like the Hallmark Channel, they got a change in leadership and now they just want to have gay people everywhere. And it's like, everywhere? I don't know. It does say here that it's their first one, that it is one movie about a same-sex couple, whereas the Hallmark Channel has put out how many movies where a man and woman fall in love? How many? I don't know. So here's what Candace said. I think that Great American Family will keep traditional marriage at the core, she said. Abbott added, it's certainly the year 2022, so we're aware of the trends. Are lesbians a trend? I don't know, I'm still talking about lesbians. I don't even know if this Hallmark movie, it might be about two men. But regardless, the LGBTQ community is not a trend. People have been same gender attracted. Is that how the Christians say it? I don't know. I don't know what the right term is. People have been non-heterosexual, cisgender exclusively. People have been things beyond that since the beginning of humanity. It also exists in nature with animals. Like, my point is, it's not like this is a trend. This is so weird. There's no whiteboard that says yes this or no we'll never go here. In September, Abbott and Bure spoke with Variety about their plans to grow the network. When asked about including more diverse stories, Abbott explained, sometimes we're not thought of by people who are really good at those storylines, and so we'll have to go seek them. In growing this business, it's a much heavier lift than I ever thought. I knew it was going to be hard, but not this hard. So your mom said to me last night. And so, we'll get there, but it's not an overnight thing. He also stated that over time there will likely be an opportunity to celebrate other faiths rather than just Christianity and Christmas. We don't have the luxury of having 30 people in development to be able to take meetings with a lot of different people. We take as many as we can, but time is limited in a day, he added. So he's basically like, we don't have enough people on staff who know about things other than straight Christians. So like, maybe in the future when we have people who know what those things are, but in the meantime, like, we probably won't have any Jews either. That's what he's saying. I think we know the core audience and what they love is exactly how Bill originally built the Hallmark Channel, said Candace. That was Christmas and those traditional holidays, so that's what the focus is going to be. You've got to start somewhere. You can't do everything at once. And I agree. I think it's totally fine to have a channel where the focus is, okay, we're going to do a channel that's all about Christmas movies. And those Christmas movies are going to have a little bit of a religious angle to them. But I don't know where this idea that traditional just meant like no gay people. Traditional means straight Christians, that's it. It's so weird. It's like, it's like that meme where people are like, there are two genders, male and political. There are two sexual orientations, straight and political. There are two races, white and political. It's the whole idea that if you don't do things the way they've always been done, then you must be making some kind of statement. You must be doing something for the sake of diversity. When in reality, like, can't we just tell a variety of different stories? There's no limit on the number of stories that can exist in the world, so it's so weird when people are like, this is traditional. It's like, I guess there has been a tradition of mostly men and women getting married because that is the majority of things that happen, but it's also a tradition for same-sex couples to exist because they've existed for all of humanity, so that could be traditional too, depending on what you mean by traditional. What is tradition? New Matt Walsh documentary dropping tomorrow. So a variety of other celebrities have reacted to this, including Candace's former co-star, Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie on Full House, who played her younger sister, and in addition, JoJo Siwa has responded to this as well. Now, JoJo Siwa is someone who I really like. I think she's adorable. I think she's 19 years old now. And she's also someone that I've got to say, like, she was put into the entertainment industry as a child as well, so I'm always going to worry about her a little bit in that sense. However, she is probably one of the, like, best adjusted going into her young adult years that I have seen of someone who's been in the spotlight for so long. She just seems so sweet. I really like her. Anyway, let's continue. Members of and allies to Hollywood's LGBTQ+ community, including one of Candace... Oh, there's a typo here. This says Candace instead of Candace Cameron. Candace! Including one of Candace's former co-stars, are speaking out after the Fuller House star sparked controversy with a comment about telling stories centered on traditional marriage. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal published Monday, Cameron Bure shared how her projects with the Christian faith-based Great American Family Network... Anyone want to turn that into a palindrome? Sorry. Will differ from the increasingly inclusive content seen on her former network, the Hallmark Channel. I think that Great American Family will keep traditional marriage at the core, she said. Alright, so here's Stephanie from Full House. Dude, Stephanie. Girl. She's hot. You guys, she is so hot. Holy shit. Okay, anyway. Disapproval of the sentiment quickly bubbled up online, and Cameron Bure's former Full House co-star Jodie Sweetin even showed her support for JoJo Siwa when the Dance Moms alum criticized Cameron Bure's rude and hurtful remark. Honestly, I can't believe she would not only create a movie with intention of excluding LGBTQIA+ people, but then also talk about it in the press. So this is what JoJo Siwa says. The 19-year-old who identified as a member of the LGBTQ community in 2021 wrote on Instagram. Now, this is kind of weirdly written. It says she identified as a member in 2021. I think they meant that she came out. This article's kind of shittily written, okay? I think they meant that JoJo came out of the closet in 2021. She still is a member of the LGBTQ community. I don't know if she's a lesbian or if she's bi or what, but I know that she is a woman who is attracted to other women. But like, that's just a writing error. Okay. And then, as a response to that, Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie on Full House, responded, "You know I love you." So Stephanie is on Team JoJo over here. I love it. I'm on Team JoJo too. Cue all the memes. Is that a JoJo reference? Several other stars also reacted to Siwa's post, with Dance Moms co-star Maddie Ziegler writing, "Go off, JoJo." So Maddie Ziegler is the girl who's in all the Sia videos. Which reminds me, I love Sia's Christmas album. It's so good. So after all of this, Candace then went on Instagram to share her thoughts on this as well. And I'm logged into Instagram on desktop under my account for the Sean Boston puppet. About a year ago when I was in New Orleans fucking around with this puppet, I made an Instagram account for him called Sean Boston Official. So I'm logged in on that account, so I've been a little bit trolling the comments from Sean's account because I'm like, Sean's already canceled. I wrote a whole book called Cancel Sean Boston. Now available, linked in the description below. I wrote a whole book about how this guy gets canceled, so he can be as edgy as he wants on the internet. He's already canceled. It's in the book. Alright, so here is what Candace wrote about all of this on Instagram. She said, "I would like to address my comments on Great American Family's programming as reported in the Wall Street Journal. All of you who know me know beyond question that I have great love and affection for all people. It absolutely breaks my heart that anyone would ever think I intentionally would want to offend and hurt anyone. It saddens me that the media is often seeking to divide us, even around a subject as comforting and merry as Christmas movies. But given the toxic climate in our culture right now, I shouldn't be surprised. We need Christmas more than ever." So when I read this first slide, I was like, we need Christmas more than ever. That sounds like the line at the Act 1 break of the Christmas movie. And then I was like, Is this meta? Is this the Christmas movie? Is this the Christmas movie all along? Is Candace's new Christmas movie this controversy that she's creating? Is she currently envisioning herself as the star of the Christmas movie who says, we need Christmas more than ever, and I'll be the one to save it, and this is how she becomes the leading lady? Are we living inside the Christmas movie? That's what I was wondering. Is this Candace's attempt to save Christmas? Is she gonna save the small bed and breakfast in a small town? Candace, tell me! Is that what's happening right now? I don't know. I am a devoted Christian, which means that I believe that every human being bears the image of God. Because of that, I am called to love all people, and I do. I don't think it's possible to love literally all people. Like, that's a lot of emotional labor. If you do know me, you know that I'm a person who loves fiercely and indiscriminately. Like, Candace, you even love me? We've never met. Are you sure you love me? Candace, if you love me, leave a heart in my comments below. How can you love me if you don't even watch my videos? My heart yearns to build bridges and bring people one step closer to God, to love others well, and to simply be a reflection of God's huge love for all of us. God's thick, meaty, girthy love for us all. To bring people closer to God. Didn't 9 Inch Nails have something to say about that? I wanna fuck you like an animal. To the members of the media responsible for using this opportunity to fan flames of conflict and hate, I have a simple message. I love you anyway. Candace is over here saying love and light. I send love and light to all my haters. To all the haters and the losers, I'm sending you love and light. I'm gonna love the hate right out of you. To those who hate what I value and who are attacking me online, I love you. Candace is like, I enjoy being attacked. I'm kind of into it. Joke's on you. I had a public humiliation kink all along. Checkmate, atheists. To those who have tried to assassinate my character, I love you. To everyone reading this of any race, creed, sexuality, or political party, including those who have tried to bully me with name calling, I love you. Candace loves me.
I love you!
Candace loves me, this I know. If she don't, I'll find a hoe. I have long awaited to find a home for more faith-based programming. I am grateful to be an integral part of a young and growing network. I'd also expressed in my interview, which was not included, that people of all ethnicities and identities have and will continue to contribute to the network in great ways, both in front of and behind the camera, which I encourage and fully support. I've never been interested in proselytizing through my storytelling, but in celebrating God's greatness in our lives through the stories I tell. The God we serve is a wildly creative and loving God. He didn't just capture a small part of my heart, he has captured all of my heart. He will be reflected in everything I do and say, in my family, my work, and my interactions with people from all walks of life. God's love and God's compassion is front and center. All of that comes from the love that God himself showered upon humanity when he gave the gift of joy and forgiveness on the first Christmas morning 2,000 years ago. She knows Jesus wasn't literally born on Christmas, right? Like, Jesus as like a historical figure was like not really born on Christmas. Wasn't that like they tried to combine the holidays to celebrate the winter solstice? And so like that was like, Jesus wasn't literally born on, anyway. It is why I love Christmas stories and sharing true joy and true peace with millions of people around the world. And it is in the sole motivation of pure love, I hope you'll join me in sharing God's hope for all the world this Christmas season. Wow, Candace. Okay. So then a bunch of people, I was scrolling through these replies because a lot of people were like, you're so right, Candace. We should just all love everybody. Oh my God, I love it. So anyway, I decided to have some fun from the Sean Boston puppet account in this. Just a little bit of fun as a treat. So this person said, sorry to break it to LGBTQ people, but not everyone agrees or accepts what you believe, and that's okay. I mean, that's true. There's a lot of gay people that I don't agree with. For example, Dave Rubin is gay, and he has a lot of really stupid views on the COVID vaccine. So I disagree with him. I don't believe in everything he believes. So I guess that's true on that level. It doesn't mean they're being unkind to you. Not everyone believes or accepts religion, and that's okay too. We can all have our own views and still coexist. Not every TV show or commercial or game has to represent a gay relationship. Right, like for example, Hallmark has made one movie ever representing a gay relationship. Oftentimes you don't want someone else's views pushed on you, so why is it okay if it's the other way around? So Sean the puppet just commented, later homo. This person said, it's interesting that certain community want more content that aligns with their own lifestyle, but how dare Candace want content that aligns with her beliefs? Oh, the hypocrisy of the woke. And I was over here like, okay, first of all, I don't think anyone's mad that Candace wants her movies to have a Christian angle to them. I think they're mad that she says that in order for them to be Christian and traditional, that they can't have gay people. I think that's what people were mad about. So Sean the Puppet just commented, woke D's nuts. Get you some nuts. This person said, I'm queer and I know that Jesus loves me. You, however, do not. That's very clear from your actions. No matter how many times you say it on a silly little Instagram post, love does not deny another person's humanity. I agreed with that. I liked that. And then Sean commented, Jesus loves me. This I know. If you don't, I know. Shout out to Leprechaun in the Hood, best Christmas movie of all time. Sorry, Halloween movie. It's a Halloween movie. This person said, gay man here. I will definitely not lose sleep over this at night. I don't know why this is such a big deal to the gay community. So one freaking channel won't feature gay couples. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares? It's like listening to children whining about not getting their way. This isn't Burger King, babies. You can't always have it your way. I mean, every time I turn around, they're always whining about something. Seriously, grow up. Cry me a freaking river, why don't you? The fact that this is even newsworthy is dumb. So we gotta pick me not like other gays over here. But he started off by saying gay man here, and I was thinking gay man. So I commented, gay man, fighter of the night, man. Sean the Puppet's been having fun, okay? So this comment I was trying to reply to when Instagram thought I was commenting too much and didn't let me, but let's see if I can finish commenting it now. So this person says, it's funny how this works. When Christians stand for what they believe, they are called bigots, racist, bullies, and spewing hate. When the LGBT community stand for what they believe in, they are called heroes and brave for standing up for themselves. This is a Christian network, people. Christian themed movies with a message of God and his word. The most funny thing about this is you don't see Christians all fumed up and pounding the pavement and asking why there's not Christian movies on the Pride Network. Literally, yes, that's how this all started, bud. Or why there isn't any Christians portrayed in LGBTQ movies or shows. So why doesn't the gay community just let each side be and move on? Oh, right, that's the simple way, but you literally want absolutely everyone to agree with your lifestyle. You can't! Also, I just don't get why people are like, they don't realize that you can be gay and Christian. I know Christians who are also gay. You can be gay and Christian. It is okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So anyway, I tried to comment on this. From the Sean Boston account that said, he was a straighter homo. He said, see you later, homo. Let's see if I can do it now. It's giving me an error message. Sean the Puppet, you are canceled. Your Instagram is gonna get revoked. Sorry, bud. What do you think about all this stuff going down with Candace Cameron of Full House fame and her war on the gays? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, I will be doing like the Christmas songs say and making the Yuletide gay. It says it right there. Checkmate Christians. It's right there in the Christmas music. Make the Yuletide gay. So I'm off to be gay and do Christmas. Have a great start to your holiday season. I love you, homos. Bye.
Get you some nuts.
There was lots of memes.
Makes me wonder if I should take up lesbianism.
Chicago.
You guys asked for it.